Well, I actually drove a bug. My dad gave me his bug. He bought it like this, all rusted, all different colors and stuff.
You have one like that?
Just like that, yeah.
I've always wanted like just to get one, like, to mess around with it.
Now, here's the thing.
Ever since I
All right. Later. Galvin, talk later. There we go. Uh, this warm-up is going to transition into our new lesson of the day. The new lesson of the day has to do with this word called investing. Okay. So this is a really silly example of an investment. I bought a car that was all beat up for $1,000. So notice I gave out money. What else did I give out? In other words, look at this. I fixed it up. That required an expenditure of my energy, my time, my focus, my concentration. That's all going out. And what I wanted was something in return, which was, let's see, I sold it for $5,000, but I gave out $1,000, and so I got $4,000 in return. So this is what I gave out right here, including the time, concentration, and focus. I gave out something, namely this, and this is what I got in return. Now, what's another word for this return, this return of money? If you're in business, you want to make a what? Profit. Pay attention, watch. But if you're talking with millionaires, people make cash, they typically don't refer to that $4,000 as profit. They refer to it as this. It was one of your vocab words from yesterday. Watch. So there's investing, and we're going to talk about investing today. This is what billionaires will refer to, that profit, the word profit. Refer to it as this, return on investment. What is your return? What did you get after you expended your time, money, and effort? What did you get on your return on investment? The return is increase or decrease in the risk of an investment. So coming back over here, from now on, let's use a word instead of profit, we'll put return on investment. Watch this. This is going to prepare us for the new lesson. There's different ways to get a return on investment with your money. There's what millionaires call investment vehicles. Investment vehicles. Now, when you hear the word vehicle, you guys typically think of a car. You hop in a car or a bus or some type of van, and it takes you from point A to point B. But an investment vehicle, when we're talking the way wealthy people talk, what they're talking about is this. How do I take money, give out money into something for a return? What kind of investment vehicles are there out there that if I give money into it, it'll give me a higher return on my investment? Yes, those 10 words, different investment vehicles that get you from point A to point B with your money. Namely, watch this. One of them was collectibles. I think I showed you a collectible yesterday. Remember what I got at that museum? Hopefully that little baseball with all the presidents' faces on it, maybe 20 years from now, it'll be worth something. And I'll have a return on my investment. I think my dad paid $10 for it. Maybe 20 years it'll be worth $20. So my return is $10. I'm just speculating at this. Speculating means just guessing. So this would be collectibles are an investment vehicle. Some people invest a lot of money on collectibles. Can you think of another collectible besides stones? What else? What's something that people buy hoping that it's going to increase in value and then they get a return on their investment? Cards. What kind of cards? Cars, exactly. Some people invest in like classic cars. They fix them up and they're worth more, like Impalas and all kinds of stuff, right? So that would be a collectible. What's another type of collectible that people will collect. That's a stock. That's different. That's a share in a company. We're going to get into that. I love how you're thinking, but that's not something we collect. Jewelry, classic antique jewelry. Comic books. I used to collect comic books for a little while. Jersey, would they be worth more later on? Yeah, like the ones that are signed, right? Exactly. Jerseys. How about basketball cards, baseball cards? Stamps. People collect stamps. They're worth more later. People collect coins. So notice all these that we're listing, all these things, let me talk, are collectibles. That's a type of investment vehicle. It takes you from some money to more money. It's a vehicle. What was another one we wrote down yesterday? Watch. CDs. If you go to your nearest bank, Wells Fargo or Chase, we're going to talk about CDs later. Veteran students, you recognize what CDs are. That's overlap from last quarter. So look, that's a CD, not the CD you listen to. These are called certificate of deposits. It's a type of account that a bank will allow you to open that gives you a greater return on your investment than a normal savings account. You have a CD? So you're going to get more money than you would a savings account. So that's a CD is an investment. What's another one? Watch. Real estate. I was talking with a former student who graduated in 2015. He was hanging out with me over the weekend, and he went to my church. He's now selling real estate. What do you think what a real estate agent will do? How would real estate be an investment vehicle? How would you get a return on your investment with real estate? Flipping them. People call it flipping. Happy house, fix it up, sell it for a higher. You get a return on your investment. How about what's another one? Here we go. Bonds. Anybody know what a bond is? Any veterans here remember what a bond is? What the heck is a bond? Right, you lend money to a government or a company, and you're like, give you the money you lent plus interest. Think about that. $10,000, you give the government $10,000, and in 5 years they give you the $10,000 plus a percent. You get a return on your investment. Remember, so these are all vehicles, return on investment. You put something in, you get something back. Last one. Well, two more, mutual funds and stocks. Today we're going to talk about stocks. We're just going to barely talk about it. What the heck is a stock? Well, look at the main word is you get to own part of a company. You get to own part of a company. Let me give you an example. You get for example, 10% or so look at it. Right. So I looked up Toyota stock because I drive a Toyota van. It's a family van, a Toyota Sienna. Right now, one share of ownership in Toyota is $138.05. That's one share. But if I bought that share, let's look at year to date. Let's say I bought that share about 6 months ago. Let's see. If I bought the same share in October 2019, just a few months ago in October, it was 131. Look at it in black. It was 131.43. So the value grew how much from then to today? About $6. Okay, so if I owned one share, I would have made $6 if I sold this share today. But let's say I owned 1,000 of them, then I made $6,000. That's how rich people make money in the stock market. So today we're going to talk about stocks and how you're actually part ownership of a company. This is just Toyota. Tomorrow, any company that interests you. But today we're going to talk about stocks. So get your notes out from yesterday. It was 10 words. I'm going to play this day in history. We're going to take a little bit of notes. One example. Yesterday's notes. And I'm going to play this day in history. Go ahead. Let's write that first example. So I'm going to cross out the second one. So go ahead and title the notes. So this is right after your 10 words. This is the same notes. You have the 10 words. define. Go ahead and write the word stocks and write example 1. You own 150 shares of Timco stock. Now, I'll explain what Timco means. What the heck is that? I'll explain later. Just write it down. Which you purchased at $36.21 per share. You paid a commission of $29.95. I'm going to write that down. So the goal right now for this example is the total paid. What is the total paid for this investment? So stocks are a type of investment. You want a return on your investment. Go and write total paid equals. How much you have to pay for this stock here? Well, we're going to talk more about shares tomorrow, but for now, just know that a share is a share ownership of a company. Hold up. So Timco is some company, and they're allowing investors to buy stock in their company, which means they share in the ownership. That's why they're called shares. So that company, money, and profit, I share in that profit. If that company wants to fire the CEO, I get to vote for the new CEO because I own the company. Timco, though, want to give me shares. Why would they want to sell me shares? We're going to get into that tomorrow. But for now, we're investing. We're going to buy 150 shares of Timco stock, and each share is $36.21. But we have to pay a commission. That means you have to pay the stockbroker. A stockbroker is someone who buys and sells stock. You have to have a license, and you have to pass a test. You have to be a real estate agent to buy and sell homes and real estate. The state wants to get involved because there's so much money involved, it can get crooked real fast if there's no oversight and no accountability. So the state gets involved. People are not swindled, and people's life savings are not ruined and stolen. So you have to have and sell stock. So whenever you buy stock, you have to go through a stockbroker, and that's what the commission fee is about. If I'm gonna buy a home soon, Lord willing, I'm ready to buy a home. I want to buy in Chino because right now I still rent. But when I'm ready to buy, I'm gonna have to go through a real estate broker, and I'm gonna have to pay them a little commission fee, them handling my transaction of buying the home. Because so much money is involved, the state makes sure that a real estate broker is actually overseeing the whole process. Seller or buyer, it goes either way. But yeah, typically it's the seller. You're right. And there's escrow fees. You learn about escrow fees yet and all that? Yeah. The state gets involved. All right, the total paid would be, here we go. So how much are we going to pay for this investment in Timco? Here we go. It's price per stock, or price per share. I'm going to write price per share. Price per share times the number of shares plus commission. That's pretty intuitive, pretty straightforward, pretty common sense. How many shares am I going to buy? Multiply that by the price per share, and then I'm going to add the commission. So what's my total paid? All right, no big deal. It's plug and chug. Right, Castro? Price for one share of the company is $36.21. Right, Pimentel? How many shares am I buying, Pimentel? Give Pimentel a chance. How many shares am I going to buy here? One? Good job. So I'm going to buy 150 shares. So I'm going to own 150 parts of this company, and I'm buying them for $36.21 per part. So I'm going to multiply that by 150. Plus, I got to pay the stockbroker $29.95. Easy stuff. I'll do the work as normal. Let me get my calculator out. 3621 times 150 shares. So 543,150. So $5,341.50. Let me add now the commission fee. I have to pay the stockbroker for purchasing this. Sounds scary. Plus $29.95. 5,461.45. So 5,000. And 45 cents. This is the total paid. This is the total paid for my investment. Now, I hope to get a return on my investment, but that's how much I'm paying out for my investment. Now, what is an investment is the question right now. What you're going to do now is you open up assignment 40 again, and you're going to watch this video that's 4 minutes long. The one that says learn about investing. So learning about investing is right here on the right. And then answer these questions that have to do with that 4-minute video when we're done with our notes. I'll be at my desk waiting for your responses to this 4-minute video. This is an expert on investing. He's going to talk about what does investing really mean. Answer these questions, and then go on your assignments. 38 is due today for your second stamp. Have a great day. Richard, give me one light.